Here we are at Clinton Nursery, and today we want to talk a little bit about fall harvest. Hopefully you guys got a lot of produce out of your garden and your fruit trees, and now it's time to harvest your bees. The bees need to wait until about mid-September before you need to take them out of their nesting cavities. The reason why is they're developing. While they develop, if you harvest them too soon, you can kill your future offspring of your bees. Now that it's the middle of September, you can safely remove them. The reason why we wait until mid-September to start processing our bees is we need to make sure that they're full-fledged bees. If we start cleaning them too soon, we run the risk of the bees, when they're developing, latching together and their wings attaching to their body, and it will kill them because they can't fly. If we do a little bit later, it's just fine. So do you have to clean out your nesting material? No, but it does give the upper hand to the bees. So a lot of people ask us, why do we clean out our bee houses? And the reason why is we want to give the bees the upper hand. Mother Nature has a lot of insects and pests that will attack the bees. So by opening up your nesting material, cleaning them out, you're able to identify which bees are healthy and which bees aren't, and what type of insects you have that are attacking. When opening your nesting material, you'll find an array of different insects inside. We want to be able to identify which ones are good and which ones are bad. Primarily which ones are bad, that way they don't harm the good ones. Some that you might see are earwigs. The next one is a beetle. Sometimes they'll be alive and be crawling around, or other times they'll look like this, a red larva. Also, we want to make sure we identify mites. A lot of times if you live in a humid environment, you'll run into these mites. They'll harm the bee as she gets ready to leave the nesting cavity. So it's important that we extract the bee out and remove the mites from the nesting material. This right here is a picture of some pollen. The bee didn't fully develop and eat the pollen, and this is okay to have. It's not good or not bad. The other thing too is a lot of people ask us, what's this black stuff on the outside of the cocoons? Is it going to harm my bees? The answer is no. It's actually really good. It means that you have healthy bees because that is bee feces or bee poop. And it just verifies that the bee is alive and healthy inside the cocoon.
Because we are in a drier climate, we don't have as many chalkbrood, but this is what it looks like, and if you'd like to learn more about it, click the link below.
If you need additional help identifying what pests you have, see the link below. When cutting open your reeds, you're going to need a razor blade knife and obviously your reeds. Now, on mason bees at the front, you're going to find some mud, and leafcutter bees, you'll have some leaf particles at the front of the reed. Take the razor blade knife and insert it into the front, sideways. Now rotate your wrist and it will crack open the reed. Now you should have two pieces of reed. Inside of it, on mason bees and leafcutter bees, the female will lay the offspring with the females at the back, and their cocoons on mason bees are twice as big, and the ones in the front where you just cut open will be male bees. Now, what we want to do is remove them. You can use a screwdriver or your fingers and remove the cocoons and put them in a bee safe. Now, we want to just be able to identify the pest and remove them out of the reed as well. Once the bees have been extracted from the reed, you can just discard the reed and buy new ones for next season. That's all you need for cleaning of the reeds. So to wrap this all together, the most important thing we want you to take away from this is we have good insects and bad insects, and they don't need to mix together. And to have a healthy bee population for years to come, it's important to separate them from one another and keep the good for next season and discard the bad. Now that you've gone through and have cleaned all your bees out of their nesting materials, take a look at it. See how many bees you have. Did you do really good? Great. Check out our bee buyback program. If you feel like you didn't get the maximum return on your bees, check out our link below. to see what went wrong. Now that your bees are safely tucked away in a bee safe and in the fridge, they're good to go until next season.